Eric Garcia's inclusion in Barcelona's starting 11 felt like a small event on a team sheet, but it arrived with the force of a declaration. For months, he drifted around the fringes, a familiar name from La Masia, a reliable squad option, rarely the headline. Then, in a decision that stunned casual fans and sharpened the headlines, Hansi Flick handed him the nod ahead of an established starter. That single selection exposed something that had been quietly changing behind the scenes. Eric Garcia is no longer a backup option. He is a piece Flick wants in the engine room. The choice to start Garcia instead of Jules Koundé did more than shuffle positions. It signalled a reordering of trust inside a defence that is being remade. Look past the starting 11 and you see the scaffolding. Departures like Inigo Martinez and the absence of a fresh right-back signing have created minutes and opportunities. Barcelona's transfer constraints have nudged the club toward internal solutions. And that pressure, rather than being a handicap, has become an audition for players who have waited their turn. Garcia's versatility matters here. He can swat across the back line, step into centre-back duties, and even offer moments in defensive midfield. In a system that prizes calm ball progression from the back, those traits carry outsized value. It's not simply that he played. It's that his technical comfort, anticipation, ... and passing range fit the demands Flick is imposing. That on-field trust has an immediate off-field consequence. Contract talks. Reports that Barcelona have opened renewal discussions to potentially extend Garcia's stay toward 2029, transform a selection into a strategic decision. This is not a casual handshake. It's negotiation territory that will force the club to weigh performance, squad harmony, and its delicate financial balancing act. Garcia is understood to be among the lower earners at the club today, which means any new deal will likely require a noticeable wage increase. For a club that still measures every payroll move against long-term viability, those increases must be calibrated carefully. The stakes are layered. For Garcia, the moment is about converting momentum into security, turning flashes of opportunity into a stable role at one of world football's biggest stages. For Jules Koundé and others, it is a wake-up call. Competition now comes from within, and sitting on reputation alone will not guarantee minutes. For Flick, the selection is evidence that his choices carry weight. Managers at elite clubs often change careers with one bold pick, and Flick has signalled he'll back players that match his tactical blueprint. For Barcelona's leadership, the moment is also an administrative puzzle. Reward the player whose performances demand recognition, but do so without undermining budget discipline or upsetting the squad's weight structure. Fans will predictably split into camps. Those who have followed Garcia since youth team days will celebrate the validation of a homegrown talent. Others will question whether Koundé, with different physical attributes and pedigree, was the safer long-term bet. The truth will be decided over minutes on the pitch and by the tone of negotiations behind closed doors. Practically, what to watch next is straightforward. Garcia must keep delivering. His training sessions, pre-season work, and any minutes he accumulates in competitive fixtures will be scrutinised not only for errors, but for the kind of composed passing and positional intelligence Flick demands. Simultaneously, the club's conduct in contract talks will reveal its intentions, whether Barcelona moves quickly to secure him, how they structure wages, and whether they tie potential release clauses or performance triggers to the deal. Delay could invite interest from other clubs. Progress could stabilise the back line and reduce transfer urgency. In a broader sense, Garcia's rise is emblematic of Barcelona at a pivot point. Limited transfer activity has elevated the need for internal solutions. Youth prospects are being fast-tracked, and choice after choice will reveal the club's path through a tight financial landscape. Whether this becomes a long-term success story or a temporary hot streak depends on a sequence of decisions, on the pitch and at the negotiating table. For now, one fact stands clear. Eric Garcia is no longer an afterthought. He is a focal point in a defence that is being reimagined, and how Barca manage his development and contract could shape the team's fortunes for seasons to come.